Good morning and welcome to Vic and Vern Sports Show. I'm Vic and welcome to the Daily Sports Update Show. It is Thursday morning already. Time is flying this week, man. Unbelievable. It's Friday. What is it? Friday Eve. You know, the eve of Friday. There you go. It's coming quickly. It's coming quick and it's coming fast. What we're going to talk about today? Football. We have to talk about football. NFL, NHL, NBA, cricket, Eurobasket, NCAA. But we've got to talk about football. Do we have to talk about football? Yeah, it is what it is. Guys, don't forget, look, if you want to get hold of me, the email's at the bottom there. There you go. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Up to 127,424. Let's start where we have to start. We have to start in the Premier League. Big night last night. Lots of teams playing, lots of crazy results. Lots of disappointing results. Well, at least one disappointing result if you me. Good morning, Isa. There you go. Look, we know West Ham lost to Forest. That was the night before. Bournemouth against Tottenham. Oh, Thomas Frank under some pressure there, losing 3-2 to Tottenham. Brentford thrashing Sunderland 3-0 after a ridiculous penalty was taken by Sunderland. I saw that. I mean, try to do this Panenka bullshit. The goalie just stood there and catch the ball easy. I mean, any 5-year-old would have caught that penalty. Crystal Palace holding Aston Villa to a 0-0 draw. Everton drawing 1-1 to Wolverhampton after having 2 men sent off. Fulham beating Chelsea 2-1 after with a new coach. Manchester City only drawing to Brighton 1-1. Man United disappointing 2-2 against Burnley in Darren Fletcher's first and only Premier League coaching game, because he'll be replaced, I heard, by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Newcastle and Leeds in a crazy one, 4-3 there for Newcastle. Look, if you look at this, the only team that is happy out of all the teams that didn't play yesterday, they're playing tonight. It's Arsenal. Everybody that's chasing Arsenal, if it's Villa, if it's City, Chelsea, Man U, Spurs, it doesn't matter who you are. You all drop points, and if Arsenal win tonight, they are laughing their asses off all the way to the bank. But they got to beat Liverpool, and I do think Liverpool can do a number on them tonight. So we'll see, and that'll be live on the channel tonight with me. You're going to see me a lot today. Morning show, DEFCON Rugby show this afternoon, Arsenal against Liverpool in the evening, and then of course the college playoffs as well. So get used to the face. Beautiful face. There you go. Premier League. Then there was a game in Spain, the Spanish Supercopa, and Real Madrid. Barcelona thrashed Athletic Club Bilbao 5-0. Torres with a goal. Lopez. Rafinha had 2, so good result there for Barcelona. In Italy, there were a few games played in the Italian Serie A. Atalanta Bergamo beat Bologna 2-0. Naples and Hellas Verona drew 2-2, goals there from McTominay and Di Lorenzo for Naples. Frese and Orban for Hellas. Lazio and Fiorentina drew 2-2. Parma lost to Internazionale Milano 2-0. Thuram and Di Marco with the goals there. And Udinese beat Torino 2-1. So yeah, that's your Italian Championship. Don't forget, that is coming up later today. I got it right. It's Oregon, Indiana tonight. There you go. So join me for that. That's the wildcard games in the NFL also. Look, all coming up this weekend. But let's get into the NBA. That's what had a lot of games last night. And some good results there for some teams as well. Where are we going to start? There we're going to start. We'll see. I got to just put something out there that I can see it properly. There you go. There you go. We'll do it like that. All right. So, the Magic beat the Nets 104-103. Crazy game there, crazy game. Let's see who did what in that game. Was that Magic against the Nets? Pablo Banchero, 30 points there for the Nets. For the Magic, 14 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr., top dog for the Nets with 34 points. Then the Clippers lost to the Knicks, 111-123. I'm just going to go through them quickly. The Suns beat the Grizzlies 117-98. The Jazz lost to the Thunder 125-129. The Lakers lost to the Spurs 91-107. LeBron injured again, so he wasn't on the court. The Raptors beating the Hornets 97-96. The Bulls losing 93-108 to the Pistons. The Wizards, we'll talk about them in a second because they just did a trade there. They lost 110-131 to the 76ers. The Rockets lost in a tight one, 102-103 to the Trailblazers. The Nuggets, without Nikola Jokic, still keep on winning. They won 114-110 against the Celtics. And the Pelicans, because they can't win, they lost 100-117 to the Atlanta Hawks, who was also involved in that trade with the Wizards. But look, standout players. Let's have a look who... Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 46 for the Thunder last night. Luka Doncic in a loss had 38 for the Lakers. Giannis in a loss had 34 for the Bucks. In the same game, Stephen Curry had 31. And Avdija, he had 41 for the Trailblazers against the Rockets. So some big scores, some interesting numbers there. Let's get into that trade quickly that I was talking about. No, let's get into the table first. Into the tables of the NBA. That is important because things are moving around. There you go. Pistons still out on top, ahead of the Knicks and the Celtics. But Atlanta, Chicago, Milwaukee, those are the three, I think, fighting for that last playoff spot. Then in the West, still Oklahoma out in front. Ahead of San Antonio, Denver, and Houston. Lakers starting to slide down. Slowly but surely, which I think is just normal. I think the Lakers will be in the 7 to 10 bracket at the end of the regular season. Then this man, Trae Young, has decided to leave the Atlanta Hawks. He is going to the Washington Wizards. Why would you do that? If you're an ambitious player, if I'm Trae Young, I'm refusing that trade. I'm like, hell no. I'm not playing for you guys. I mean, that is a ridiculous trade. But look, Trae Young, why are the Atlanta Hawks shipping off Trae Young? They're getting CJ McCollum. They compare him with Porzingis. McCollum, the better defender. Trae Young doesn't really know what the word defense is in the NBA, so he's being shipped off to the Wizards. NHL results from last night. The Sharks and the Kings are still 2-2. That is heading to overtime, it looks like it. The Stars beat the Capitals 4-1. The Flames lost 4-1 to the Canadiens. The Senators lost 3-1 to the Utah Mammoth. And the Blackhawks thrashed the Blues 7-3. There you go. Before we move on, guys, tomorrow's morning show, sports, daily sports update show, whatever. Eddie, I heard about that. My condolences to you. Your family is sad to hear. Way too young. Yeah, terrible, man. Terrible. I couldn't imagine how that must feel. I hope I never feel that. I hope I go before my brother so that I don't have to feel that. Yeah. Listen here. All our love and condolences from Vic and Vern Sports Chat and from everybody on the channel. And I can tell you that everybody else that is in the chat feels exactly the same way. All the best to you and your family. And yeah, just very, very sad. Yeah, that is. Before I get to the Eurobasket, tomorrow's morning show is an hour later. It is an hour later. It's at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, due to some personal things that has to be taken care of in the morning, so I can only be at the show at 8 o'clock. Good morning, Mo. Hope your mother's doing better. There you go. Then last night there were 2 games in the EuroLeague. All the other games we did yesterday, but Anadolu Efes lost again. They lost 79-84 to Paris Basket. And Bayern Munich beat Baskonia 96-89 in the EuroLeague. Lots of EuroLeague coming up. I'll just quickly, before we look at the tables, that's coming up tonight with Vern. Valencia will be taking on Monaco. So be sure to join Vern for that this evening. But at least she's coming home, so that's a good thing, man. They wouldn't let her out if she, if otherwise. So let's have a look at the tables there in the EuroLeague. Hopel's still on top there, ahead of Valencia Basket and Fenerbahce with a game less. So Fenerbahce could get to the top spot or be even with the top 2 teams. Monaco still in there. Barcelona. Look, it's Monaco against Valencia tonight with Vern. That's 2 against 4. That should be a cracker. Red Star Belgrade brings up the last playoff spot. Vitus Bologna is still looking good. Milano's looking good. Dubai could still make it. And then it starts getting thin. I don't see Paris, Bayern, Baskonia, Anadolu Efes. And listen here. This is the disgrace of the bloody century. Partizan, my team. Partizan is in 20th. The worst team in the EuroLeague at the moment. How the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? Have a quick look at some NCAA basketball men's results. Arizona beat Kansas State 101-76. Purdue beat Washington 81-73. BYU knocked off Arizona State 104-76. Vanderbilt beat Alabama Crimson Tide 96-90. There were some more games there. Ole Miss lost to Arkansas 94-87. California lost to Virginia 84-60. SMU lost to Clemson 70-74. Ohio State beat Baylor 70-60. The Yukon Huskies beat Providence 103-98. That is kind of like a local derby. Yukon against Providence. They're really close to each other. Then on the women's side, yes, that for you, yes, that's the right time, Mo. Cincinnati beat Iowa State 71-63. The Texas Tech Lady Raiders there, 71-66 against West Virginia. Ohio State knocking off Illinois 78-69. Yukon, the Huskies, keep the unbeaten run going. They beat St. John's 88-43. And TCU beat Oklahoma State 69-61. Then let's look in the cricket. And Australia won that 5th test as well. So they won the series 4-1. There you go. England, you're just not that good. I mean, come on. The easy win for the Aussies. They keep the Ashes. Well done to the Australians. Let's have a look at the top performers in that one. Look, in the first innings for England, Joe Root did have 160. Nazir 4 for 60 on the bowling side was good. Then Travis Head in there, Aussie's first innings, him and Steve Smith both over 100. Travis with 163, Steve Smith with 138. In the second innings, Jacob Bethel, he had 154 for England. And look, and in the last innings, the Aussies didn't have to score that much. They got their 161 runs they needed with 5 wickets to spare. So well done to the Aussies for retaining the Ashes. Aussies, oi, oi, oi. There you go. That's the morning show for today. Short but sweet. Guys, remember, tomorrow morning, an hour later, the morning show tomorrow. You guys, be safe. Take care. Once again, my condolences to Eddie and family. To Mo, make sure your mom is doing better. Take care of her if she's coming home. What time is the Liverpool game? For you, that is at 10:15 in the evening. 10:15. Don't forget. So it's Liverpool tonight against Arsenal. It's Valencia against Monaco in the basketball. The DEFCON Rugby show at 5 o'clock Central European time. And then in the early hours of the morning, it's the college playoffs. Guys, have a good one. See you later.